want to introduce David Rubenstein, Michael Arrighetti, as well as other partners. We're so thrilled to have you here.
I've always thought that the Orioles represented the best of baseball and the best of Baltimore. And you unify this city more than I think any team unifies its city. And what I hope you can do is not only do the things necessary to win a World Series, but to make people proud of Baltimore again, make people proud of the Orioles as they were last year. I hope you will feel that we are your friends, your partners, your supporters, and we'll do everything we can to make this as hospitable and friendly an environment for you to do what you do best. I went to a number of the preseason games, and you won every one that I was at. And so I am the only owner in baseball who has never presided over a losing game. So please don't change that today. I'll make sure I can go away here with another winning record. But thank you all for what you're doing, and thank you for making Baltimore proud of the team that you have been and that if you are going to be.
Spring training game number 26. Opening day is 9 days away. There's still 46 players remaining in Orioles camp because the Orioles have more depth than they've had in many, many years.
What a wonderful problem to have.
I'm usually one of the first ones in the morning, and it happened. They brought me into the office kind of like right as I was starting to get my daily routine going. And for whatever reason, like I felt really anxious that morning. I don't know what was causing that. I just woke up with that feeling. And when they called me in, I'm like, oh great, like I don't know what this is about. But it was cool for them to tell me in that moment because it kind of calmed me down, kind of a breath of fresh air because felt like I was fighting for my life. It might not have been the case, but that's what it felt like.
That's probably the big question surrounding the Orioles right now. Will Jackson Holliday make the team? Who will be the fourth outfielder? Colton Cowser's had the best all-around game. Kyle Stowers the best power. Kjerstad was the best of the three in a short big league stint last year. And then Ryan McCann, can't forget about him, who's been a terrific bench option for the Orioles.
You've got a pretty good idea, position player-wise, what's going to shake out for the Orioles, but how does the bullpen shape up?
I think it's just a matter of that final spot, that ace spot in that bullpen right now that's up for grabs. I think Mike Baumann has just been outstanding. His velo is up. Dillon Tate is healthy, performing well. I think he's in. And then Coulombe, and I think the last one for me is Aiken right now. After that, Albert Suárez, the other right-hander, has showed me a lot his first two outings out of the bullpen. I know he's an older guy, bounced around in Korea and Japan, but look, his heater was up to 98 his first couple. He's got a big arm, and so I think all those guys are in the hunt. And Jacob Webb, obviously, I think he's got to factor in there as well because he is out of options.
We've had a lot of people have really good springs, and so that's exciting. And we've talked about where we want them to have us make tough decisions, and they have because a lot of these guys played so well. So especially our young guys with limited to no major league time to showcase themselves the way they have this spring says a lot about them.
Got to the point where it was kind of late in camp. I think we only need to make a couple other roster moves, and I kind of was struggling towards the end of spring there because I think that was kind of just consumed my mind on whether or not I was breaking the team or not. After that last game in Minnesota, Hyde called me in the office and said, all right, hey, you made the team. You can relax now a little bit. And that was pretty much it. It was just kind of like they were all smiles and everything. I called my parents just to let them know because if anyone was worried or stressed more than me, it was definitely my mom and dad. Yeah, they were really excited.
A lot of guys came in ready to go. A lot of guys who were fighting for jobs and knew they would be performed very, very well, and they've forced some really tough decisions for the Orioles brass.
And they may not be on the opening day roster, but we will see all of those guys likely at some point during the regular season, maybe some sooner rather than later.
2024, baby. Let's go.
We will talk to you next on opening day this Thursday from Oriole Park at Camden Yards for the opener against the Los Angeles Angels.
Let's begin with the Baltimore Orioles, who appear to be on the verge of new ownership.
The Angelos family, owners of the Orioles for 3 decades, agreed to sell the team. Coming in as new control person is David Rubenstein, a billionaire from Baltimore.
Baltimore is a town that was incredible when I was growing up. It was one of the largest cities in the United States. It had great teams. It had the Orioles, it had the Colts. It was a town that that's all I knew. I had a happy childhood. I grew up in Falstaff and Reisterstown in northwest Baltimore. I spent most of my time in Baltimore. I didn't travel that much. I'd never been on an airplane until I went to college. And so I basically lived in Baltimore, and my life was Baltimore. I wanted to give back to my hometown before I wasn't able to do so. And I'm not 20 years old anymore, so I'm going to do something to help your hometown. You should do it before you're unable to do it. And I hope to be able to be active and involved in helping the Orioles achieve their goals of getting to the World Series again.
The group also includes investor Michael Arrighetti and a couple Hall of Famers. Cal Ripken Jr., the Baltimore icon of the National Baseball Hall of Fame, and of course, Grant Hill, an NBA Hall of Famer with deep ties to the area.
I invited people into the partnership who had some roots in Baltimore, who had some roots in baseball, who really admired the Orioles. So it's an assemblage of people that either grew up in Baltimore, have some connection to Baltimore, really love baseball, love the Orioles. So that's how the group was put together. We have a great manager, a great general manager, great front office team, and we have great fans. The fans in Baltimore are really, I think, more committed to the Orioles than anything I've ever seen anywhere else in the country. The fans really love the Baltimore Orioles.
Rescue efforts are underway at the Francis Scott Key Bridge. Baltimore police confirmed a partial bridge collapse. The Maryland Transportation Authority says it was caused by a large ship crashing into the bridge. This all unfolded around 1:30 a.m. Baltimore's mayor said emergency personnel are on the scene.
Everybody's waking up in around Baltimore, Maryland, the entire country, the entire world tuning in. Did this really happen? The Key Bridge collapsed.
When you think of the different landmarks around this city, and you think Camden Yards, you think M&T Bank Stadium, you think Domino's Sugars, and you also think the Key Bridge. And so when it went down, I mean, it was just a tragic day.
Seeing the pictures of the bridge and turning on the news and getting wrapped up in the day's events and coverage, left your jaw on the floor. And I think everyone in Baltimore and probably around the country and world felt that way for at least a day or two. And then your heart is so hurt because you know the view, you know the bridge, you know where it is, you know people who are part of the port in so many different ways, you know how many people it impacts. It was a tough week.
Seeing the resiliency of the city has been amazing since seeing the way that the governor has talked about it, the way the mayor's talked about the resiliency of Baltimore and the state, seeing the way that David and the folks here at the Orioles have talked about it. There's a real civic and state and city pride that people have here. Seeing the way that really the nation in some ways has rallied around the city has been awfully inspiring.
Sports has a very special and unique way of helping communities heal in times like this, and to have this weird dichotomy of the tragedy and sorrow in those visuals, and then to get to the outpouring of emotions on Thursday at 3:05. It's this huge contrast, but I think we have found throughout our history in America that sports lends itself to these moments to kind of keep us going.
Today, as we begin a new season of Orioles baseball, we begin this next chapter of Orioles history with some of the best years of Orioles baseball just ahead. The 2024 season offers endless potential as a familiar but upgraded roster steps onto the field with more experience, a poised confidence, and a common understanding that there is unfinished business.
Let's go, baby! It's game time, let's go!
Just yesterday, the Orioles officially welcomed the new ownership group led by Baltimore native, philanthropist, and investor David Rubenstein.
I want to introduce myself. I'm Mike Arrighetti, one of the new owners of the O's. This is my best friend Smitty, also a new owner of the O's. And this is Mitch. We're buying everybody a beer.
I
think everything you want to know about what it means came when we saw the shots of the guys all out at Pickles and all these local places, and they're buying rounds for people because, again, it's a blue-collar town, and they want to see a group that cares about them, and they want to see a group that cares about the guys on the field.
Oh, yeah. This is a passionate fan base, and to David's point, the team and the city are uniquely intertwined. But today is a big day for the city of Baltimore. It's obviously been a tough week given the tragedy on the bridge. And the vibe out there is you've got a bunch of people who are turning to baseball and the O's to really be uplifted and rejuvenated and kind of, get back to life as normal. And so I don't want to put a lot of weight on you because I want you guys to be focused on winning. But it is the perfect example of how you guys and the team could just, do special things for the city at a time when they need it.
It was pretty emotional. The Key Bridge tragedy happened right when we got here, and we felt the hurt in the city, and we wanted to make a positive impact somehow, and to see and hear the emotion from the fans and how excited they were to be here on opening day. I think it was an emotional day, honestly. And there's we wanted to give the city something to rally around, and something to be proud of, and we felt like we did that.
Today, the Orioles group of 26 will bring us joy as a new baseball season begins, and that next chapter starts to be written. And the Oriole bird with a flag in hand is running down the orange carpet.
Camden has to be one of the best places to play in all of baseball. It's just electric when they fill it out, and it was loud.
Being my first opening day is really special. The orange carpet's pretty fun. Obviously, that's something that's pretty special to Camden Yards, Orioles tradition. Kind of seeing everything that goes into it, the crowd, the atmosphere is a lot of fun.
I didn't know what to expect first opening day in Camden Yards, and it was cooler than anything I could have imagined. Like running down the orange carpet, it was awesome getting to watch guys who had been here all year last year, and guys like Cedric, like Santander, Adley, have a little bit more of a track record than me. The welcoming and the roar of the crowd for those guys, that's just cool that a city is behind so many of your teammates.
De verdad que sí, contento de estar nuevamente en el Opening Day y ver la fanaticada estar allí apoyándonos después del trabajo que hicimos el año pasado. Eso nos da bastante energía de salir a competir día a día y salir con las ganas de ganar todos los juegos.
The energy from the fans, hearing that first "oh" gives you chills, goosebumps, literally. And it's something that I'll never forget. The very first opening day, second opening day, all of them. They're going to have a special place in my heart.
It's time for baseball. A 101-win Orioles team a season ago looks to defend its American League East title and take the next step.
Payoff pitch from Burns, and it's a foul tip, strike three. Corbin Burns' Orioles tenure begins with a strikeout.
That opening day performance in front of that crowd on that day, and to strike out that many Angel hitters who looked so helpless in that game, and to do it when that's actually what the expectations were, that fans were like, the Orioles have an ace, and it was strikeout, curveball, cutter, mowing him down. The Angels had no chance.
It's been untouchable. 11 strikeouts for Corbin Burns in his Oriole debut.
And he walks off the mound to a thunderous applause.
Santander with a high fly ball into left field, and there is your first home run of the season. And he scales the left field wall for a grand opening.
And he crushes this deep center field. Trout is back at the wall. That baby's gone. Camden Yards is going nuts.
The Orioles strike out 14 Angels. The Orioles score 11 runs. And the defending American League East champs pick up right where they left off.
It was a fun atmosphere. We're 1-0. it was a great way to start the year, but we have 161 of these more to go.
Right field. Santander is there, ready to load up. Blanco, an extraordinary runner, is coming home from third, and he is safe, and the Royals tie it.
Bottom of the ninth, I'm in the tunnel like right before my bat, and I kind of just had a thought like I could get up here with a chance to impact this game. I know last year I would probably kind of be a little bit scared of that moment. This year, for whatever reason, or that day, for whatever reason, like I felt pretty at peace about it. Like, this is a cool opportunity. You might want to lean into it a little bit more. Said gets on. He's not in scoring position, he's still on first, so in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, how do I just pass the bat to the next person? Like, how do we get something rolling here, get that run across?
Jordan Westburg in his 71st career game, searching for his first career walk-off.
Naturally, I swing at the first pitch. When, that's like the opposite of what I'm trying to do. Chase curveball, take a step out and like, okay, I need to breathe. Probably breathe a little bit too much and take a curveball right down the middle. So now I'm down 0-2. And I didn't know this, but I got told afterward, like I was like in my career, I'm like 0 for 30 or something crazy, like in 0-2 counts. So like I'm trying to refocus, and I had one previous at bat off that guy, and he tried to go heater kind of up to kind of seal a deal. And so I just thought I might get a heater in that count. I stuck with my approach and made contact.
Right side from Westburg, that ball driven deep.
In my mind, yelling at the ball, like, just please go out, like, please go out.
The 0-2 pitch. Westburg drives it right field. It's hit well. Back goes Renfroe at the track, jumping up. It is out of here. This ball game is over.
That was pretty cool. That was my first ever walk-off. And for it to be in the big leagues, it's a moment I won't ever forget.
Jordan Westburg's fourth career big league home run is by far the biggest of his young career. The 25-year-old Westburg announces himself.
I'm excited for the arc of Jordan Westburg and just what he's going to be up at the major league level. I think that last year he showed that he was a good player, but given a chance this year to play every day, I think he's maybe one of the most least talked about people in all of baseball for just how good he is and how good he can be.
And we welcome you to Fenway Park for what will be the Boston Red Sox home opener. And the O's are trying to bounce back after dropping 2 out of 3 to the Pittsburgh Pirates.
This is opening day number 3.
And he will do just that. In the gap in left center field. 2 more runs to score. Cowser looking for another double. A crazy slide. He's safe. And the ball was dropped anyway. Colton Cowser with 3 RBIs in his first 2 at-bats at Fenway Park. What a start to the Orioles American League East season. It's a 7-1 victory here in Boston.
Well, that's how you want to bounce back, right?
Jax, what's up, brother? What's up? Has your dad been in town? I know. They haven't come in? Shit. All right.
My brother's right in the middle of his season.
He's in his season?
Yeah.
Okay. Tonight, I want you to call your dad.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to talk to him, and I want you to thank him for all the times that he's allowed you to come to the clubhouse, be on his pass list, let you hit with the big boys. That's pretty special, and it plays into a lot of what you're about. The second thing I want you to tell him is that now it's time for him to ask permission to be on Jackson Holliday's pass list because you're going to the big leagues.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
That's
all right.
awesome.
I'm fired up.
I appreciate it.
I'm fired up. You've been exceptional down here, brother. To be 20 years old,
I appreciate
to handle all this stuff, dude.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Seeing the words Jackson Holliday after that breaking, and just knowing what that meant. I remember seeing the news when it was going to be Adley getting called up and Gunnar being called up, and for it to be Jackson in Boston where, his dad made so many memories.
The Orioles making news, calling up Jackson Holliday as their bumper crop continues to arrive.
I knew when I did that press conference, whenever I got drafted, I said 2 years. So to be able to actually do that is it's really exciting. And yeah, like I said, extremely happy to be here and be with these guys. be able to call my dad and tell him to find his way to Boston was pretty cool. I got a taste a little bit during spring training. Obviously, it's a little bit different now during the season, but I feel like I was able to hold my own, and definitely looking forward to tonight.
Jackson Holliday, the #1 prospect in all of baseball tonight, is going to make his major league debut with the Baltimore Orioles. Jackson Holliday does so after playing only 155 games in the minor leagues, and tonight he will get his first taste of baseball at Fenway Park.
The way that he speaks about the game, studies the game, understands the game, it makes sense to me that he was 3 and swinging his toothbrush like a bat. You know, he never put the game down. This was not something thrown upon him. Your dad did it, you have to do it. He was attracted to it on his own.
Cowser left field, base hit. Mountcastle scores. Mullins being waved in. Another ball bobbled. Mullins scores. It's a 2 RBI single for Cowser, and it's a 5-2 game at Fenway. Cowser third, Westburg at second. The pitch. Jackson, a roller to the right side. It's picked up on the ground by Reyes. On to first to get the out, but scoring on the play is Cowser, and Jackson Holliday has his first major league RBI.
Westburg drives one deep into center field. Jordan Westburg has given the Orioles the lead. A weaver to the monster. It's 7-5, and they've come all the way back in just 2 innings.
I'm very thankful for the opportunities I've been given so far. Like, I've been able to play almost every single day. And have good games, have bad games, bounce back. It's been good just to experience that, you know, experience like the grind of an everyday major league season, because it's certainly different than playing every day in the minors.
I'm ready. Except Jackson flexed on me yesterday, said he already signed it. I actually want to see if you can find it. Do you have any idea where it is?
Yep.
You don't have any idea? Well, let's see how tall you were. How tall
right.
were you? You didn't reach up that high, right? I'm so worried about that opening right there. I just don't want to dive and just get my head stuck. All right. Going in. Wow.
Yeah, I got no clue.
You don't know where you signed it?
No clue.
It's probably faded a little bit, no? Where's Gun said he signed the roof. Oh, I found a good spot. Right here.
All to yourself?
All to myself.
Was it 411?
Is it 411? Yes. Yeah, there's probably a little dent in here somewhere. No, it's pretty cool though. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of cool names in here.
Somewhere.
Somewhere, I can't see them, but no, it's awesome.
They're not changing, and Colton's not changing either. And that ball is gone. His first major league home run is up on the top of the green monster.
Milkman can cover the ball on the outside part of the plate. He has shown it. He's shown it in AAA, and he has shown it at the big league level here. How about a double and a homer for Colton Cowser? How about his 7th RBI in this 3-game series?
It was cool. It was cool. Got to sign the monster that morning, and then I guess pretty ironic that I hit one out over for my first career home run.
2-1 is your score with 2 outs in the 8th inning. There's a line drive deep down the right field line towards the pesky pole. Does it have enough? Yes, it does. It is out of here. Anthony Santander with a 2-run homer with 2 outs in the top of the 8th.
El juego que le quitamos a Boston, tremendo juego que ganamos. Fue ellos están adelante, nosotros empatamos, ellos se fueron arriba, nosotros volvimos a empatar y terminamos ganando ese juego en la casa de ellos, que fue para hacerle la barrida.
It's just the toughness of this team, the grit, the mindset that we're never out of a game, and that's kind of been who we are really for the last year plus now. You look back at the comeback victories last year and now what we're doing this year, we never feel like we're out of a game.
3-0 to Cowser. I say let him swing away. And he crushes this to deep right field. It is way out. Oh, he swung away. On the night, Colton Cowser hits his first major league home run. He hits his second. What a series for the young outfielder.
You know, to start the year I was kind of a fourth outfielder role, and we'd get a pinch hit here and there at the end of the game. But I think having that to start the year was kind of like, gave me a lot of time to process kind of what was going on. And I think last year, whenever I was in that role, I was kind of confused just because it got to the point, you know, when I wasn't playing against some righties. And I guess that's something, you know, when I'm in AAA, no matter how I'm playing, I was going to play every day. And I think that adjustment period was different, especially in the offseason. It kind of gave me a lot of time to reflect upon it. So I think at the beginning of this year, it was, so what, you're the fourth outfielder, or so what, you're not playing as much. It was mainly I was like grateful to be here, you know, kind of understood more of what my role was.
Colton Cowser, is anyone paying attention to Colton Cowser? Because he had a tough debut last year. Well, he showed up with an axe to grind. He's 8 for 19, hitting 421 with 4 extra base hits, 7 RBIs. Now I'm watching a guy that manipulated the ball to the opposite field turn into this. He's starting to like really understand that he's got power chord. Same with Jordan Westburg. Just tough college hitters, elite college hitters that are now understanding the metrics and what they do biomechanically and whatever else analytically they have. And they're turning into like really monsters. And then Jordan Westburg, just a grinder at the dish. You can tell this guy is a tough out, tough AB.
I want people to see my game and think, oh, that's a ball player who's completely team-oriented. And if success comes that way, perfect, like, I'll take it. But for me, it's about coming in every single day, focusing on what I need to do to be the most prepared I can for wherever I'm playing that game, or if I'm playing that game, and then going into the game and just focusing on what can I do to help the team win.
You saw the work that they put in this offseason. You saw it in spring training. Some of the adjustments they made with their swings, but they're just both baseball players, and they love to play, and they play so hard. And to see them have success, you know, Jordan, I thought, did a really good job for us last year in his rookie year, in kind of a part-time role. He got a bunch of big hits for us and played really well. And Colton, you know, had his struggles, and did great things with some adjustments he made. And to see both really great guys have this success early, you know, it's been a lot of fun.
It's like yin and yang. Yeah. I think that's the best way to put it.
Yeah, I think he brings out, you know, some seriousness in me, and then I bring out some goofiness in him. But I think it correlates pretty well out on the field. We're able to balance it out, and yeah, it's been good.
We have fun.
Yeah, we have fun.
We have fun.
It's a kid's game. I think they're playing with a joy and energy and spirit that's contagious. Like, it's a mature team, it's a loose team, it's a connected team, and they don't seem fazed. It doesn't seem like they have the weight of the world on their shoulders, even though in some ways you can understand if they did, because now you're expected to do something.
And Henderson takes the next pitch out to right, up near the wall, and up over the wall. And another home run for Gunnar Henderson. And they've got the old school homer hose in the bullpen.
We got the homer hose in the bullpen, the hydration station in the dugout. And we're going to get 2 guys drinking out of this hydration station.
The fans had bought in so much to the sprinkler and the homer hose, and you know, you see the splash zone is packed every night. So we knew that was something we probably needed to do, and I think guys kind of wanted to say, well, we you know, that was 23, this is 24, and why fix something that's not broke? Why not make it better? And so we made the homer hose on steroids and found the homer hydration station, and now we all get to share it together. You know, you see guys will point out to the bullpen when they hit a homer and just kind of acknowledge those guys. You know, I know they have fun in the bullpen, but it's not like being in the dugout during the game. So it kind of gives them a little something to look forward to, and I think what they're doing is they're each picking a hitter of the game, and if their hitter goes deep, they get to hit the homer hose, and I think it's a little contest down there to see who gets to enjoy the homer hose the most.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Appreciate everything.
Look like you're in really good shape still.
I can still do it, I think.
How's your boy doing?
Good. Good. He's doing good.
The same?
Yeah, he's good. Yeah.
Was he a little excited or no?
I think so, but he's pretty even keeled. But you can't help but, especially like get that first hit out of the way so you can breathe a little bit.
Feeling the ground ball to the right guy in front of it, and it kind of popped out.
Yeah.
He had that smile on his face. That,
I know. Yeah.
It's good to see.
Yeah.
It'll all settle down.
Yeah.
I had the opportunity to play with Matt Holliday back in 2014, 2015.
No biggie.
No, and so I kind of understand, but seeing him in the clubhouse at 9, 10 years old, he already had these types of movements. He already had the ability to look like a big leaguer at such a young age because he's learning and he's in the clubhouse every day. I know he doesn't have any hits yet, but I still look at Matt Holliday started his career 0 for 7, and then the rest was history. So we can expect the same from Jackson Holliday.
I'm really, really impressed with him off the field. He's a terrific, terrific young guy. He'll be great. He'll be fine. Again, Adley struggled, Gunnar struggled, Colton struggled, but these guys all had the gifts, and they have the self-belief, and they have a great coaching staff around here and a great development staff that is unlocking the best in their play. I have no doubt at all, we'll be sitting here at the end of the year and we'll say Jackson Holliday had a special year. By the way, he's already had a special year. He's 20 and he's in the big leagues.
And Holliday through the right side. There it is. The first of many. Jackson Holliday with his first major league hit. And it comes in a major moment.
There's the smiles. It was just a matter of time, folks.
The Orioles, to me, right? 97 consecutive series without getting swept. That, to me, is worth a oh, snap. And that was a double snap right there. That was 2 of them. And the reason why is because
as a player, you have so much confidence knowing, okay, Alex, we lose the first 2 games, we're not getting swept.
It's a mentality.
It is. It's like
mentality.
You go about it in a way that you're so confident. You got a swagger. That's what these guys have. They get down to the last, and there's no issues, right?
No quit. I'm really excited about how we've swung the bat. I think we've been scoring a lot of runs. I think our offense is going to continue to be dynamic. I think we've done a good job on the mound. I think we can continue to get better in that area. But I like the brand of baseball we're playing. I think we're playing good defense. We're playing to win every night.
That's Albert Suárez, a 34-year-old right-handed pitcher from San Felix, Venezuela, who is about to make his Oriole debut.
I didn't know it was going to happen that soon. Buck called me, the manager of Norfolk. He's like, hey, get ready. You're going to the big leagues. I was like, okay. It's like, okay, I need to wake up. I need to get ready. And then Charles called me, and then he's like, can you be at the airport in, I think he said 20 or 30 minutes? Of course. I don't know how far, I didn't know how far is the airport or anything. I was just like, of course. I do whatever it takes.
It's an amazing story. 7 years since his last big league appearance, a long odyssey through professional baseball in Japan and Korea. And here is Albert Suárez back in the bigs once more.
And what I like about him more than anything, only 1 walk in AAA, 17 strikeouts. So command is one of his biggest assets that he has.
Tyler Wells placed on the injury list yesterday with right elbow inflammation, so Suárez is up.
I try to focus on one thing, just making pitches, but at the same time, I noticed in doing spring training how the Baltimore Orioles fan, are about the team and everything. But when you come here to this stadium, it's just like a different level. They're like on the game every moment. So for me, that was like very exciting.
It's a fun story to follow. It's a spot start. The Orioles could use a good start today before they hit the road as they try and sweep away the Minnesota Twins. Albert Suárez started pitching professionally many, many years ago. He was signed back in 2006.
And he strikes out swinging.
The pitch home. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Blew a fastball right by him at 97.
That's pretty good right there. That's just kind of my best against yours.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 97. The pitch. A slow tapper back to the mound. Suárez off the mound. He's going to get the lead runner at third, and he has him dead to rights. A heads-up defensive play and a base-running miscue by the Twins. And with that, Brandon Hyde will come out to the mound to take the baseball away from 34-year-old Albert Suárez. What a day here at Camden Yards, and listen to this crowd. An amazing performance for Albert Suárez.
You know, always like as a pitcher, you don't want to come out of the mound. At the same time, I was like, ooh, so like, I don't know, should I like look at them and then, you know, like say thank you, and like keep it simple and then just go to the dugout and high five. But I was like, it was like I could feel the energy in the stadium.
And this ovation is going to make it feel like there are 45,000 here. A masterful performance.
We got to know him in spring training a little bit, and he's impressed us the way he was throwing the baseball in spring training. Kind of knowing at some point he was going to be with our team. We just didn't know when that was going to be, whenever we had the need for him. And his first two starts were absolutely incredible. And you know, you always pull for fun stories and good stories, and him not having pitched in the big league since 2017 and have all these years of really grinding it out in different parts of the world, and to him have this experience back up here it's really, really fun. He's a great guy to be around.
I like to challenge myself. I also feel I was getting a little bit too comfortable while I was in Japan and Korea, not thinking about the challenge to come back. My brother Robert, he's with the Padres. He signed with the Padres, and then I was like, what if we both can be in the big leagues? It'd be nice. And then now I need to work harder because he's already there.
Swing and a miss, he struck him out. Well, that's a big punch out as the top of the fourth comes to an end. And that is a scoreless frame for Big Al.
Contento, de verdad que sí, y orgulloso de él porque no se rindió, siguió luchando por sus sueños, siguió trabajando duro y gracias a ese trabajo pues pudo demostrarle a muchas personas y a su familia de que él tiene que estar aquí en Grandes Ligas, y gracias a Dios pues nos ha dado buenos resultados a nosotros, nos ha ayudado a ganar juegos, ha pichado excelente, gracias a Dios.
I think every year you look for an Albert Suárez type of story or a Ryan O'Hearn type of story, because those are the kinds of guys that can be the difference makers. It's not just the stars that determine how far you're going to go. Many times it isn't. It's really those kinds of guys like Suárez and O'Hearn that dictate what your landing spot is going to be.
It's the Orioles and the Yankees, and it has a certain ring to it. It's very early in the baseball season, but these two teams right now neck and neck.
And this is the top two teams in the American League East. You know, the Evil Empire against this young Orioles team. Who doesn't want to sit in front of a TV and watch this series?
I'm going to tell you, I was around these Orioles when they swept the Red Sox in Boston. I love everything about this club, and I think they're looking forward to facing the Yankees. This will be a test to see kind of, hey, where we stand.
The Yankees are hot. Double-digit runs in their last two games. 15 runs, in fact, each of their last two games. And here's Grayson Rodriguez to try to cool them down.
A lot of trauma comes with playing the New York Yankees. Being able to go out there and compete and grind against them, chipping away at their chances of trying to win, beat us. We're going to go out there and do everything we can to beat them.
Pitch to Gunnar leading off the game, and Henderson drills it right field down the line. That's a Gunnar. Oh, that thing got out of here in a nanosecond.
Volpe will be moving for first. He goes 3-2, swing and a miss, strike three. He struck him out.
Webb masters the ninth, and the Orioles take the first two from the Yankees.
I really like what our starters are doing. You're seeing guys go a little bit deeper into games, but you're seeing someone like Kramer start to understand who he is. Kind of like what we saw from Bradish last year, the steps that he took forward. Grayson, the same thing. And then Irvin's been throwing the ball really well too. I think Suárez stepping up for us has been huge. And then seeing different guys step up in the bullpen. Webb coming in and striking out, Judge in a big spot, and then Stanton and Rizzo. Seeing different guys step up each and every night.
Just when you think things might be heading in the wrong direction, snap back into place and win two in a row, and they beat New York.
Sole possession of first place for the Orioles as well.
We were getting ready to call game one of the Orioles and Yankees series, and I said, you know what? The Orioles had a tough weekend versus Oakland, but they're 17-10, and John Means and Kyle Bradish haven't thrown one pitch. Who wouldn't have taken that? I think they're in for a dogfight in the American League East for the next 5 months, and I hope everyone has a good seat for it because it's going to be fun to watch.